Hey guys, what is up? Today we're going to check out this month's Retro Game Treasure that I got in the mail. For those who don't know, Retro Game Treasure is a monthly subscription box that you can get that gets anywhere from like 3 to 5 video games shipped to your door that have all sorts of stuff. NES, I've gotten freaking Atari, I've gotten Game Gear, I've gotten PS1, I've gotten Dreamcast, everything. If you want to see more of my previous unboxings, there's a link in the playlist below and at the end of this video. Now, the great thing about this thing is that it's pretty handy for if, let's say, you have a kid that's like 9 or 10 and you want to give him something cool for his birthday or for Christmas that lasts a few months. And, you know, they're into video games and they really don't get to go retro game hunting too much. This is something that they could always look forward to. You know, a nice little surprise box that comes in once a month. Share it with your kids. It's the thought that counts. I know collectors like us have no problem going and getting games, but I sure as fuck wish I had something like this when I was a kid. Just being completely honest. Now let's check it out. Oh shit. So this is jam-packed. Right off the bat we have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on the Game Boy Color. Game Boy games are always good, especially because I have the Retron 5 and the Retro Freak, is that what it's called? You can play these on your big screen TV. Tony Hawk Pro Skater is one of my favorite series of all time. Not so much on the Game Boy, but it's always good to get these little, you know, random Game Boy games because there's so many fucking ones out there, right? Am I right? Next up, we got a loose Sega Master System game, marksman shooting and trap shooting. This is like the trick shooting, the Barker Bills trick shooting game equivalent for the Master System. It's not bad. I mean, it's what you see is what you get. There's not too many light phaser games for the Sega Master System, but you know, the ones that there aren't too shabby. You know, you got Safari Hunt, you got this one, and a couple other ones. Not a big fan of boxless Sega Master System games, but it's always good to get, you know, Master System games. Now, speaking of boxes, looks like we have a boxed Super Battle Tank Game Gear game. Now, I actually think that this is a later released Game Gear game because it says Majesco sales, and I think Majesco took over the Game Gear Master System stuff like in the late 90s, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not a gaming historian, so quote me if I'm wrong, but don't be a dick in the comments. Well, actually, Eric, but yeah, and plus this also says 1994, 2000 Sega. So I'm thinking this might be a later release, and I don't know if it's factory sealed or not, but it's in a saran wrap. But that's always cool to get Game Gear games. You don't see them too often like this. Okay. Ooh, and I got another Game Gear game, Aladdin, boxed. Wow. And this one says Majesco sales as well, so I think this might be another later release or re-release or something, but I think this actually plays a little bit different than what the Sega Genesis version is. It was made by Disney Interactive and not Virgin Games, so I think it's a little bit different. I played it one time, and it wasn't that great, to be honest. But to see another Game Gear game boxed like this in a box, it's pretty neat. Pretty legit, as Alpha Omega Sin would say. Ooh, and last but not least, Dreamcast, which is a system that I really don't have any games for, to be honest. This is like one of 2 Dreamcast games that I now have, and it also has a seal on it. I don't know if it's like factory sealed or what, but Demolition Racer, no exit. So I've never played this. Obviously it's a Demolition Derby game though, or something like that. Dreamcast is a system that I've actually have been looking to start collecting for. So yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games sent to my door. Not too shabby, right? 1 Game Boy Color, 1 Master System, 2 Game Gear, and a Dreamcast. Very Sega heavy though, look. Out of all of them, only one of them was a Nintendo brand. Wonder if that was done on purpose. So yeah, Retro Game Treasure, as I mentioned. Check the link out below. I have an affiliate link. I think it's pretty neat. I know a lot of people shit on it, but I think it's pretty cool for, you know, again, as I mentioned, for people that have kids and want them to get something neat to open up every month. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate you guys. Peace the fuck out.